Hi guys, this is GSMDome.com and I'm here with the unboxing of the Realme GT7. It was unveiled globally on May 27th, so it's as fresh as they come. At the end of last year, we tested Realme GT7 Pro, and now it's time for its, I would say, light version. They're calling it a flagship killer, and I actually understand why. Because it has a brand new processor inside, the MediaTek Dimensity 9400E. It has the largest battery I've ever seen on a smartphone, 7000 mAh, and it doesn't even increase the waistline that much. And at the back side, we have a familiar main camera and a lot of camera modes, which even beat some flagships. For example, it comes with underwater capture mode, 8K filming, and I took it to the Danube Delta in Romania for some tests. This is just an unboxing, and we're going to check out some of its AI features and speak about its fast charge, crazy battery, and huge brightness of 6000 nits. The price is 799 euros on Amazon Germany. The phone is here, and let's check it out. So first of all, decrease the brightness, which is quite impressive, and then let's see what's in the box. Obviously no charger, that's the trend now. And we have here the black version with 12 gigs of RAM and 512 gigabytes of storage. In the box we find the following. There used to be a time when Realme offered us yellow boxes. Now they're coming in black to signal it's a more premium product. We have here a USB-C to USB-A cable. There is a key used to access the nano SIM card slot. This is the manual. And also we get a case, which is pretty flexible and quite grippy. Aside from these accessories, I saw at least one unboxing which people had received charger with the phone for some reason. That was peculiar for me. I'm curious if in some countries you're getting a charger, because in Europe, well, you're not. Okay, so there are two versions of the phone. One gets extra RAM, 16 gigs. Our version has 12 gigs. Let me just put this back in properly and I'll get going right away. Okay, so the phone itself. Now, supposedly Realme claims that the back is made of fiberglass. I tend towards something like a polycarbonate derived material, but fiberglass is not out of the question. This is supposed to be a plastic frame, even though it feels quite sturdy. And I notice here the gold accented button, gold accented power button. The phone measures 8.3 millimeters in thickness and weighs 206 grams, although it feels pretty hefty for me. The screen you can see here has a protection which is Gorilla Glass 7i. Let's decrease the brightness further. And aside from that, I would say it has pretty narrow bezels. It's quite well built, and it has a rather immersive screen. It's very flat frame, flat screen, flat back, and even a flat camera area, which kind of reminds me of the Xiaomi 14 and 15 series. There is something called hyper image here, and a gentle logo hidden here says graphene. We have a huge 4000 millimeter graphene sheet to protect the phone. Now, it also has IP certification, IP69, protecting it from dust and water, even hot water jets. It comes in blue or black. Now, as far as the screen is concerned, it's quite nifty. 6.78-inch AMOLED LTPO, 1 billion colors, 120 Hz, Dolby Vision, HDR10+, 6000 nits of brightness, and something like 2780 over 1264 pixels. That's the resolution. Now, on the processor side, as I said before, it's a brand new CPU. Even though it's said to be 9300, it's actually 9400E, brand new generation, octa-core 4nm, with the Immortalis GPU inside, G720MC2. As I mentioned before, we have 12 gigs of RAM here, should be LPDDR5 or LPDDR5X, and 512 gigabytes of UFS 4.0 storage. No slot, no microSD, no audio jack, but quite a few holes in the phone. We have here microphones, there's the infrared emitter, an extra, probably extra slot for the emission of the top speaker, bottom speaker, USB port, microphone again, and this is the SIM card slot, which you can see here. Now, aside from that, we do have stereo speakers on the device. One is here and the other one is the earpiece, and you can also tune them from the settings I'm going to show you. And before I get to that, I should probably also mention the selling point of the handset. The selling point is obviously the huge 7000 mAh battery. Feels like a crazy feature to have on a phone. We used to have that on, well, tablets. We have here several battery modes. There's also a GT mode, there's a super power saving mode, and I actually want to confirm with you the capacity. 7000 mAh. How crazy is this? It charges at 120 watts via wire and even can turn the phone into a power bank which charges other phones at 7.5 watts. Now on the connectivity front, it gets everything. There's a 5G connectivity here, there's Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.4, NFC at 360 degrees even, infrared at the top, GPS dual band, and an USB-C port at the bottom. I'm guessing it's USB-C 2.0, although could be 3.1. I have to look into that. For the sake of security, we're getting an in-display optical fingerprint scanner. And for the camera front, well, you can see here a cut in the top part of the screen. It's a 32 megapixel shooter which shoots 4K video, while at the back side things get a bit more complicated. We have the LED flash here and a familiar main 50 megapixel camera with a Sony IMX906 sensor. It has f1.88 aperture, PDAF and optical image stabilization. We saw the very same sensor on the Realme GT7 Pro, Xiaomi 14T, Honor 200, Samsung Galaxy A56. Then there's the telephoto camera with 50 megapixel resolution, 2x optical zoom, and an ultra-wide 8 megapixel camera with a 112 degree capture. And even a color spectrum sensor has made its way here. Now, believe it or not, even though this phone is supposed to be a flagship killer and it's at its core a mid-ranger, it does come with an atypical filming resolution, 8K. It's very rare that we get to see 8K capture on a non-flagship phone. We also have quite a few modes in the camera. Highlighted by the underwater capture mode, you can shoot 4K video underwater. There's a tilt shift, document scanner, high resolution, night shot, starry mode, dual view, and more. The portrait includes a bunch of cute filters like mountain, island, fresh, clear, and so much more. And then there's the photo section where you can tweak the color profile to crisp or vibrant, depending on your needs. I found crisp to be better, to be honest. Once again, video with an extra ultra steady stabilization mode, which takes the resolution down to Full HD 60 frames per second. And finally, a landscape feature, which includes this, allows you to take, I would say, better shots of various scenarios in landscape, and includes these nifty filters, mountain, island, fresh, clear, tone, food, cool, warm, depending on the situation. Okay, that's it camera-wise. Now, as far as the software is concerned, the handset runs on Android 15. It gets 4 years of Android updates, 6 years of security updates, and has quite a bit of AI. Starting with circle to search, we can keep pressed here, and we can circle this tiny little icon and find out more about it. And then you can do follow-ups. The same circle to search will let you find out the song that's playing next to you and translate what's on the screen. Of course, you can also rely on Google Gemini, which is pre-installed. It's available here. You can do research, you can plan a trip, you can ask it what to cook with the ingredients you have in the fridge. You can also use Gemini Live if you want to, and share your screen.
Let's start chatting.
And also your camera feed. This is how you share your camera, and this is how you share your screen. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. So let's say you're on BBC right now and you swipe from the side, you have AI summary and AI speak. AI speak will basically read the article out loud to you. You also have AI summary, which makes a summary of what it can read on the screen. Okay, and then you can stop it. And if you're on YouTube, the side window changes. You have a GT mode, you also have air scrolling. You do something like this to do scrolling on TikTok, on websites, on YouTube, and more. But wait, there's even more. So let's say you're inside a photo, you go to the albums. I have over 300 shots here. We have people in this image. I press edit, and this is the AI editor. You have AI eraser to erase people or objects. You have ultra clarity, unblur, remove glare, AI landscape, and more. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. You can also now go ahead and create images using AI with a brand new AI Studio. Now, I'm just claiming some credits. You're going to have to spend credits to turn your photos into something cool here. So yeah, if I want to change my photo into this, I can generate it. I can use this template, for example, and I can also turn an image into a video, all with the power of AI. Okay, so apparently it turned me into a Venetian woman of sorts, and I have to pick one of these, interestingly enough. And now let's see how it handled the cat image generated. Okay, I actually want to be a Venetian man. Let's try this one. Okay, so apparently this is me, and I would tend to say that I actually resemble this photo a bit. and that's what it added to me. That's pretty cool. But if you want to get into productivity, you can opt for translation here. This is the translate option. You can enter the text, translate it to Chinese and various other languages. You can also have a conversation, and this is what I did. Where is the bathroom and the restaurant? And of course, there are the documents. So we have the note-taking application here. I actually play with it for a bit, and this is the AI feature. You can actually tell the AI by the logo here. You can do polishing, you can do continue writing, elaborate, shorten, formal or casual, change the tone, change the formatting, and maybe use some bullet points when needed. This is actually a piece of news about the Everest taken from BBC, and once again you can work with it. But one of the coolest features that this phone has is the following. So if I look up on Google schedule for Roland Garros, it's coming up. Schedule for Roland Garros. Okay, so it's here and says some dates and some places. I'm going to take a screenshot, and there's actually a feature that allows you to double tap the back of the phone and everything that's on the screen will be added to your calendar if it suits the intelligence of the AI. So I should be able to, let me just find it because I'm actually fascinated by it. So accessibility and convenience, AI planner, I can activate it, I can agree, and now I'm curious about the auto creation of events. Here we go. So I will double tap the back. Okay, so it analyzes the screen and it should add to my calendar some of these dates, perhaps. Usually it should be a JPEG with for example, a to-do list. I'm a journalist and I usually receive a JPEG of the activities that I should have on a phone launch, and I have it here. You can add 4 events to the calendar, and you can see those. I can actually add them to my calendar if I want to. So that's the cool AI planner feature. Once again, only the tip of the iceberg. We have more to discover here. You can even take your pulse with a fingerprint scanner, and there's even a special gaming feature, and of course that capsule, the pill around the cutout for the selfie camera. And as I said before, I'm in Romania in the Danube Delta, one of the only deltas that we have here in Europe, and I actually took the phone for a spin with some beautiful scenarios like these ones. So the review will get pretty interesting once we get going. The camera actually surprised me in quite a few instances. I went canoeing on the Delta, I caught a very bright and sunny day, I ate some fish, saw some cats, navigated on the Danube Delta, and visited some seaside towns in Romania. So the review will be pretty interesting, but the phone is quite amazing when it comes to AI, possibly the best spec'd AI phone from the whole BBK trust. BBK is a conglomerate that includes Realme, OnePlus, Vivo, Oppo, so this seems to be the most spec'd when it comes to AI. That's it from us. And don't forget the processor 9400E, which is supposed to score over 2 million points in Antutu. We'll see about that. Goodbye.